his boy, Ododo. But this morning specifically, we are here to address a very important issue. I'm sure you have this document with you, an order of operation from the Commissioner of Police, CP Bertrand Onoha. This CP Bertrand Onoha is a man that we have been complaining about him since last year, even before the election. Many of you here could remember that if you are aware of the kind of trauma and what I passed through in the hand of CP Bertrand Onoha, I was almost assassinated. I was among the victims that they invaded on the 7th of November, 2 days to election. I escaped only by mercy. By my left is the police officer called Inspector Friday. He was killed in that operation. Beside me again, Inspector Atabo, he was killed in that operation. Yunusa died in that operation. And another of our, the DG campaign, younger brother, also was killed in that operation. The Inspector General of Police came down to Lokoja because of this, called us. He was the only saving grace that I was not killed in the process. He ordered for my release with immediate effect, yet Bertrand Onoha kept me till almost 11 p.m. that day. It took another intervention of a circular from Abuja to Lokoja for me to be released. I ran away from that compound barefooted, no shoe, no shirt on, with boxer from there, took a vehicle that I met on the road down to Abuja. And that was how I was saved. Now, the same Bertrand Onoha, I want us to ask him if he is now the Supreme Court judges, if he's now the Attorney General of the Federation, or if Bertrand Onoha is now the one in charge of the nation to give a date of judgment. It's Operation Order number 10, 2024, delivery of Supreme Court judgment of 2023 Kogi State Governorship election on Friday, 16 August. Gentlemen of the press, we don't have this information from the Supreme Court as an appellant. Nor do SDP or the campaign council of Murtala Ajaka, nor our legal team are aware of anything of such. How did he get this information? Remember last week we told you that the APC people, the Ododo people, took on social media and were celebrating their victory already. And they did this at the tribunal. It worked for them. They did it at the appeal court. We are not aware of any date. Only overnight, and then they will say tomorrow is the judgment day, and it came to pass. But we believe strongly that Supreme Court of Nigeria is not a joke. They are too big to be bastardized, to be bribed, to be corrupt by the little Kogi State, Ododo and his godfather, who is still ruling the Kogi State by proxy. Ododo is still, Bello is still in the government house. So we wrote petition to EFCC, to ICPC, to the Inspector General of Police. The corruption going on within this first quarter of the year, as at July, over 45 billion at Enter Kogi State. What do we have to show for it? Are we saying that in Nigeria all you need is to just acquire some wealth from the state and use it to fight opposition against the will of the masses? Listen, what they are afraid of in the whole process, in the whole court, is the beavers. Because when they get into the beavers, which we believe that the Supreme Court are going to go into the beavers, we will have 255,920 total vote, accredited vote as recorded in the beavers for SDP. And the APC will have 169,422 vote. That is what they are afraid of. And that is why the tribunal judges shied away from entering into the beavers with some bogus of technicalities that does not exist in our electoral jurisprudence. There is no way that someone will be coming to court for completely 20 days and the judges in the presence of INEC SANS APC SAN were in court all those days. An INEC official, the PW1, was coming to court each of those days. Yet, they cannot identify either is truly an INEC staff or is... So I think INECs have some ghost staff that came to court all through those times to display the beavers. They are afraid of the Supreme Court because they know the judgment will never be in their favor, except to want to turn around the Constitution of Nigeria on the altars of technicalities. The only hope of Nigeria, of a better Nigeria now, is through our electoral process. If our electioneering process is jeopardized on the altars of technicalities, on the altars of judges who cannot uphold integrity, then we are doomed. I live in a nation, in a world, in the Western world, that integrity is very important. And if that integrity is not found in this part of the world, in Nigeria, then trust me, we will not have a nation as time goes on. Kogi State is that, and at men of the press, I want you to help me ask the federal government, the Inspector General of Police, and the security agent, if at all Kogi State is still in Nigeria. Because most of the things that happen in that state, I don't think Kogi State is part of Nigeria. Because that state is so small that Yaya Bello, the fugitive we are talking about today, ordered the court to transfer his case to Lokoja. Have you heard that before? A suspect ordering a high court judges to transfer his case to his place of choice. And the same thing now, the Inspector General of Police is now ordering the Supreme Court to give the judgment on the 16th. As I speak to you, official constituted panel of the Supreme Court have not been done. It has not been officially communicated to SDP and murtala Ajaka. As I speak to you, no hearing and no date of the hearing have been passed. So, please, gentlemen of the press, is it possible for a judgment to be given without hearing? Why even the counter filing and defensive are still ongoing? I think somebody is deceiving them somewhere. And it is important for you men of the press to help us to ask the Nigerian government if at all Kogi State is still part of Nigeria. Because the lawlessness is getting out of hand. The lawlessness, the impunity, the torture activity, and you know what? Let me shock you with this fact. He wrote here that the police to take a strategic position, and do you know what? All will be thugs in uniform, in army, navy uniform. I was a victim of them. Over 45 guns was pointed on my head. Can you believe that somebody that is standing before you was almost killed at a gunpoint? It's only God who blindfolded them. They heard me and were asking me to identify myself, and God, with infinite mercy, I gave them a different name. Meanwhile, they have blindfolded me. So you blindfolded me and asking me for my original name. Do you think I'm a fool? That is the only saving grace, and it is only God that can do that. And the same veteran, I don't know how we have been complaining about him. Why? Another question, you men of the press should help us ask Inspector General of Police, IG Ogbuteku, with due respect, sir, you delivered me, you flew all the way with helicopter to Lokoja to save me. But then, sir, there is still more work to do. After you saved me, your man, he's still there. 2 of your officers were killed. And today there is nothing has been done about that. The house of DG of our campaign, Sheikh Ibrahim, was riddled with bullets all over. The evidence are still there. What have been done? They didn't even spare goat, animals in that compound. Animals, goat, ram were shot in the process of that bogus operation led by a veteran Onoha. As I speak to you, Insecurity, just a day before yesterday here, a bus that left Nyanya going to Ankpa was ambushed by kidnappers. Every day, Kogi is becoming to a hotspot for kidnappers. Veteran Onoha is the CP. He has not ordered his men to be positioned to save the souls of our men, of our women, of our pregnant women and children. He hasn't done that. As I speak to you, a village called Omagede, Bagana, Agejeju, Ajokpachi, in Omala local government is still under the siege of the bandit. Our people are still in IDP. Bertrand Onoha is the CP of Kogi State. What have you done? It is only electoral matters that you are interested. As I speak to you, everyday kidnapping along Aloma, Ejule. What has been? You don't see a single policeman there. What is Bertrand? Why is Bertrand Onoha is still in Kogi? We don't need him in Kogi State as a CP. This man was a rogue of Yaya Bello, was one of the people Yaya Bello was using to terrorize the state, to terrorize the opposition. Yet, he's still there. What is he doing in Kogi State? Men of the press, help us and help this country. As I speak to you, Bertrand Onoha have never for once arrested any of the Ododo of APC thugs in the state. But let a single of anybody called SDP, just a statement, they'll go after you and eliminate you. I am still asking, is Kogi State part of Nigeria? Why lawlessness is going on in that state and nobody is talking? Why Supreme Court judges, we urge the Supreme Court judges, the panel that they are going to set up, please, outside God, it is Supreme Court. Their judgment is final. We don't see God, but we see Supreme Court judges that are next to God. When they pass a judgment, it is final. It is irrevocable. And we are urging them to write their name in the golden books of history that for the first time that Kogite appreciate one Nigeria. It is not by force to impose your son. Let me tell you this. It is not just about Kogi State. It is about even both the central, the west, everybody everywhere is bankrupted. The governor who he brought Ododo is from Okene, his cousin. The chief of staff is his son. Let me tell you this and I challenge him severally as men of the press. I am challenging Ododo, I am challenging Bello, I am challenging Ali Bello to come out with his DNA test. If Bello is not his father, he should produce his father and his DNA test. I came from Nomagedo to Tubatu. I have a family. My father is known. His identity is known. If you say I'm not the son of my father, within 24 hours, I'm going to produce you my DNA test. I challenge them to produce Bello DNA test if it's not Bello's son. The Accountant General of the state, Okene, what is the relation between him and Bello? The Chief Justice of the state, the son that is now the Chief Commissioner of Justice, where is he from? Okene. What is the relationship with Bello? Are we running a one-man show in Kogi State? Are we part of Nigeria? I don't get it. I don't get it. DG Government House is from Okene. As I speak to you, the ICPC have ordered Kogi State to produce the account of the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and the whole account of the state. The woman who is Hajia Habibat have refused to cooperate with the ICPC. ICPC, wake up to your responsibility. Kogi State is part of Nigeria. As I speak to you, DG Government House is from Okene. Only Okene alone produced 3 commissioners. Why some other local government have not produced one? As I speak to you, the biggest local government, the second biggest local government in Kogi State have not produced a single commissioner. It is imperative that we look into this affair and don't hand over Bello. See, EFCC are looking for Bello. They can never get Bello unless justice is given to the people of Kogi State. He will continue to rule in Government House, and it will be extended to other states. Other governors listening. If you embezzle money and government want to go after you, put your son there because they are doing it in Kogi State. If he succeeds, which I believe it will not stand. But if they allow it to stand, trust me, every governor in Kogi in Nigeria will follow suit. Embezzle money, steal, put your son gather some money, bribe all your way through, and nothing will happen. Banana Republic is better than Nigeria if we follow that suit. Thank you very much. But our demand is very simple. We demand for immediate removal of a CP, Bertrand Onoha. And we demand again for the Supreme Court to ask him, where is the source of his information? Is it now the Supreme Court judges? Is it now the Oriola, the Chief Justice of Nigeria or Attorney General? Who gave him the information? So has he constituted a panel that we don't know? Is there any Supreme Court that we don't know? I think Bertrand Onoha need to respond to Nigerians and Kogi State at large. Thank you very much. My name is Isaiah Davis Ijele, popularly known as ID Ijele, the Director of New Media and Spoke.
The question is this: is Kogi State conquered? If we are conquered, then where is the face of the Commander-in-Chief? Are we still part of Nigeria? If we are, when 2 police officers were killed 3 days pursuant to the election, the IGP of police came to Lokoja to rescue the people that were captured from that compound. Up till this very moment, nothing is said about the killing of these 2 police officers that were on their lawful assignment to that environment. Then 3, if you want to check, for God's sake, election was conducted, result declared, tribunal has done theirs, the appeal court has done their own, Supreme Court, we are at the verge of Supreme Court starting their own operations, and we are being confronted by an order by a commissioner of police from Kogi State. For God's sake, is it the mouthpiece of the Supreme Court? Is Veteran Onoha the mouthpiece of Supreme Court of Nigeria? Where did he get this information from? But for God's sake, we are calling on the Commander-in-Chief to call these people to order, to avoid anarchy. People are dying. Those children of the poor that you are suffering and neglecting today, trust me, when the jungle mature, they will start crying back and fighting for their rights. We know our right, but we are following the law and the constitution of the land. Sometimes I stand to say the new national anthem, they say Nigeria will hail thee. Nigeria will hail thee, yes. Though tribe and tongue may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. This election is not all about Murtala Yakubu Ajaka or Ahmed Usman Ododo. Ahmed Usman Ododo, by his own right, is a citizen of Kogi State. Murtala Yakubu Ajaka is a citizen of Kogi State. Both of them are ably qualified to run for this position. But when the election is conducted and justice is not meted out, that is where you see people crying for justice. I don't want to say much. I'm calling on the Commander-in-Chief and the IG of police. Please investigate this, the origin of this order. Why the Commissioner of Police of Kogi State will talk on behalf of the Supreme Court of Nigeria when he is not the Chief Justice of Nigeria or the Attorney General of the Federation. And the Commander-in-Chief, check, you are the Commander-in-Chief. All the states, 36 states and FCT, are under your purview. The people of Kogi State are crying. We are being milked dry. Please, Commander-in-Chief, come to the rescue of Kogi State. God bless you. Thank you, gentlemen of the press.
One is this. Is Kogi State a private company? And we want you, the press, to help us to ask the president, where did we go wrong in Kogi State? SDP is not about, it's not just about the party, it's about the entire Kogi State. Now, from every indication, Yaya Bello have reduced EFCC to nothing. They should ask the president, has he forgotten so soon all the insult that Yaya Bello rained on him during presidential election. What is that thing now that is making them to be shielding this man? After 8 years, he's still in the government house, and they want to tell us that they don't know where he is. But press, we are appealing to you people to direct this question to the president. Where did we go wrong in Kogi State? Why is it that Kogi State case is different from every other state? A lot of people have been killed in the course of that election. 2 police officers were killed in that election. Yet, the Ayabelo is untouchable. If the president wants to redeem his image, he should know what to do. We know where Ayabelo is, and they can fish him out. The only way they can fish him out is to give the people the justice. Supreme Court is a constitutional court, and anything they do will either mar this country or make the country. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Him in Benghazi Street, he was booted out of that place by Ododo, either in his boot or in his car, or however they moved it away from there. Straight to the government house with all the entourage, with police, with all his talks. Have you seen him outside anywhere since then? No. So he's in government house. So, yes, I have one. Supreme Court gave us a fair judgment during the tribunal hearing. When the motion that brought about the PW1, that is the witness from INEC that was subpoenaed by the judges to ventilate and open the beavers, was appealed to appeal court. And appeal court ruled in a certain way that we were not satisfied. And we appealed to Supreme. And Supreme Court gave us a judgment. It was the same day hearing and the same day, because it has to do with just emotion. What you say, it is impossible. In law, there are things that are not possible. In court process, there are certain things that are not possible. Like I said, the Supreme Court cannot constitute, it's a constitutional court. They are next to God in Nigeria. They are final decision makers. So they make their decision carefully. So it is not possible in the first place for Supreme Court to constitute their panel today and give the judgment, give a hearing today. How would they go through all the documents? Sir, it is not a small document. There are bungles of them from tribunal to appeal to Supreme. It is not possible in the first place. Thank you.
My name is Omunu Nelson, Summit Post.
Please, the second document is the analysis of the overvoting. So you can have it, if you need it, you can have it. A soft copy, I can send it for you to have the details. The video of the overvoting, I can send it to you, the analysis. Updates.